She can't go a day without Chris, days without Chris. I can't get enough of you. 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 Man, tryna find one, maybe more than one. If she got her eyes, toe and thigh, she don't like no guys. Brother, so I talk a little while. Forget my dirty mind. Ooh, show me your smile. Know the way y'all dancing to me. Get ready for my show. You post it and you tell me at Chris just so I know. You got a meet and greet, try show me your support. All the girls saying what they gon' do if they see me. I don't know. No disrespect to ASAP, but if I see Riri, I don't know. Yes or no, you go with me. I know pretty soon you'll see. I play LA, NYC. I never get enough. Never get enough. You front row with your mob going crazy, crazy. You girl, you my favorite lady. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. Riri. I'm needy, know that I'm dreaming, so sleepy. The girl that I like, she be wearing her Fenty just to sleeping. But she got that silk on, chilly in the creep shit. Ooh, I'ma find you, yeah. Ooh, matter of fact, where I was at. Bad, ain't nobody better. Worth a couple bill, Riri so for real. Riri so for real. All the girls saying what they gon' do if they see me. I don't know. No disrespect to ASAP, but if I see Riri, I don't know. Yes or no, you go with me. I know pretty soon you'll see. I play NYC, I never get enough. Never get enough. You front row with your mob going crazy. Look for you, girl, you my favorite lady. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. Oh, Riri. Yes or no, you go with me. I know pretty soon you'll see. NYC, I never get enough. Front row with your mob going crazy. Look for you, girl, you my favorite lady. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. Oh, Riri. Oh, Riri. Oh, Riri.
You in the sun, all voice is my favorite song. So you like the palm trees, you like the poetry. Painting stories with you.
Gave you my heart and then you broke my heart. Was living the movie and I played the part. Gave you a lie and then you turned it dark. You were the Mona Lisa to my art. You were priceless, couldn't even be bought. Now I'm tossing pictures out of the car. Drinking, swerving, trying to duck the law. Feeling like a part of me is lost. You don't care about the damage it costs. See yourself perfect, ignoring your flaws. Choosing to be a hoe under the stars. When the sun comes out, I see all of the scars. Sending me pictures with you in the car. Now answer your phone and got me your block. Got my insecurities rising. And honestly, that doesn't happen a lot. Shit, why you gotta act like this? Now I'm about to pop my shit. Yeah, bitch, you don't really care about skits. You just want me now cause I'm lit. Turn on the radio, they playing my hits. Now I got the whole world with me going skits. Can't call me now, new phone, who this? Can't call me now, new phone, who this?
You in the sun, all voice is my favorite song. So you like the palm trees, you like the poetry. Painting stories with you. You in the sun, all voice is my favorite song. So you like the palm trees, you like the poetry. Painting stories with you.
Had to put myself together so I didn't crash. I still back the whip, put my head through the glaze. Mama told me, son, you living too fast. I'ma pray for you. Keep the blessings of the life, they ain't getting paid for you. I just hope it ain't too late for you. They hate to see you hustle, ain't they hate you influential. They hate to see what you can do with paper and a pencil. So like a bitch, I don't want to see you fall on some sucker shit. Yes, ma'am. So I hit the studio and dropped another blam. A&R's calling me, the DJ play my jam. I ain't signing deals cause I know they got a plan. I might have to do it on my own as a man. They ain't doing shit if I'm sitting in the can. Use me for it, so I had to wash my hands. Yes, bless. Now I'm on the road to success. When I get my checks, I invest. I don't want no calls, no texts. Dudes playing games, obsessed. I put my heart out my chest. Now I'm writing poetry on the jet. $250,000 on the neck. That's only for the match is set. Somebody call it Jizzy. I just did a little bitty rich flex.
This is my favorite song. So you like the palm trees, you know the poetry. Paint your stories with the fire. Feel like home, this is my song. This is my favorite song. So you like the palm trees, you know the poetry. Paint your stories with the fire. I only miss you when the sun goes down. Oh, your voice is my favorite sound. Swaying like the palm trees, you and me with poetry. Paint your stories with the fire. Feel like home, this is my sun. This is my favorite song. Swaying like the palm trees, you and me with poetry. Paint your stories with the fire.
Peace to the planet, Charlemagne the God here, all right? And I want y'all to go check out the Truth Be Told podcast.
The Truth Be Told podcast.
On the Truth Podcast.
Check out the Truth Be Told podcast with
Truth Be Told is the hottest podcast out today.
The Truth Be Told podcast.
What the fuck?
Wait, hold up. New YouTube, who's this?
New what?
New YouTube, who this? 365. This is exciting.
This is a new page right now, so we got to get popping. We got to get lit. We got to get it ready to go without mother effers. Same show, just different page. Let's get it popping one more time. Thank you. Granny, what up? Granny, what up? All you 5 motherfuckers that's in here now, I hope you are liking this and commenting this and subscribing to this. And let me know if you're having a hard time finding Truth Be Told 365, because this is the new page.
I typed it in regular on my TV and it came up.
Okay, you motherfucker. I told you to do it. Fuck how to do it. You introduce yourself.
Hello, you guys. I am Dana Anand.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Wait, hold on. I'm not guilty.
Oh!
Not guilty.
Did you steal that from a court? Did you steal that from the court?
Yes, I did.
I'm King Glam.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
It's a big one. They're gonna read the book, the lies, the deceit. But I'm not guilty no matter what happens. Oh, wrong one. Hold the gavel.
Not guilty. Not guilty. Court is now in session.
You better be trolling in this chat room. I need motherfuckers trolling because I can't troll all day. See, I can't go to. Oh, she got the glasses on. I can get kind of. I can't be. I could be. Trouble for what I say, but y'all can say what y'all want. Do you really wear glasses? We got.
These used to be my grandmother's. I can't see in these.
Oh shit, she's blind. But it's good because I wanted to be able to see every motherfucking thing that we say in the GCs today. We have the book. We have in our possession the book, the famous. Can you put it closer to the screen? Where we see it? It's called the Kim Lost Words. It's only 14 pages.
No, actually, it's 19 chapters, but it is 59 pages. So what we don't get through today, we can get through on Friday.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be good reading.
Absolutely.
How we're going to do this? I guess we're going to read and then dissect and then talk. And then we're going to figure out what's real and what's not. And the girl said yesterday that it was not real. I say publicist.
Well, it was a collective of Kim's children. So it was Quincy, Christian, and the twins, and that were tagged in that post. So you want to read that first, and then we can get to the book.
Oh, with the post with that comment. Okay, I gotta look it up. Let me find it. I should be able to find it. That shouldn't be too hard. All right. 50 Cent doing a Netflix documentary about Diddy.
50 Cent Ben said he was doing it.
Yeah, but
he didn't say it was Netflix though. Netflix bought it.
Netflix brought it from him. Okay, so
yeah,
it's gonna happen. Oh man, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna watch that. I think they might wait till I will wait till he get it convicted. Where is this shit? Hold on. Okay, give me a second. I gotta find it, y'all. I'm sorry. I will wait till he get convicted before I drop it. Because
Yeah, but it's still developing because information is still developing.
Yeah, that is right. You were right with that. What is it?
Yeah, so it's not gonna it can't come out right now unless they do and yeah, it wouldn't be wise because you want to see what's gonna happen because you want to take out or put in from whatever series, whatever the episode is.
Okay,
or whatever part of the documentary.
I found it. Shit alive, motherfuckers. Shit alive. All right, let me read this. All right. So Kim Porter's kids issue statement amid fake book memoirs about her life being released and rumors that she was murdered. The cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. All right, let me read this because it's kind of tight. All right. We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not in any way, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interest at heart. Our lives were shattered when we lost our mother. She was our world, and nothing has been the same since she's passed. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she's could have been taken from us too soon, the cause of her death has been established. There was no foul play. Grief is a lifelong process, and we are asked that everyone respect our request for peace as we continue to cope with her loss every day. We are deeply saddened that the world has made a spectacle of what has been the most tragic event of our lives. Our mother should be remembered for that beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman. For the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was, her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories. We ask that everyone please respect our mother, Kim Porter, and hold her legacy in high regard so that she may rest in peace is what she deserves. We love you and miss you, Mommy. Quincy, Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Quincy, Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Okay, so that's the kids. All right.
So with that being said, let's read this book.
Oh shit, somebody reading.
I want the truth.
All right, this chapter.
So this is a disclaimer. It says, one of Kim Porter's final wishes was for the memoir and or diary to be made public. Out of protection for certain parties and their potential criminal activities, some celebrities, performers, and events have been represented with X's, the letter, due to their highly explosive nature. At some point in the future, this information will be revealed to the public. Regarding Kim's sudden death and the mysterious illness of Albie Shore and Jamie Foxx, evidence does exist that points to foul play and or poisoning. Chapter 1 is the introduction.
You gotta go real slow with this. We don't know, Granny. We're trying to figure this out.
What she said?
She wants to know how we know if it's true or not.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
No, no one's getting sued yet. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I'm reading a book that I purchased because I read books. So I felt like I wanted to read this one.
It's just a book.
It's just a book. We're having like a story time. Play the music, please.
Which of those? You want to have it play while you read those?
No.
It's story time, guys. The Ken Borders book. We have it. We're gonna dissect the book and see what's really real. Did Puffy kill her? Give her ammonia? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Did he give her pneumonia? That's funny. All right, the introduction. Soon after high school, I started landing modeling jobs. I couldn't believe it. It was all happening so fast. I met my husband, father of my oldest child, and one of my oldest friends in life, I'll be sure. It was a whirlwind romance. I was only 19 when we married. And no, it didn't work out. Al is still one of my best friends to this day. Our son Quincy is such a talented and wonderful young man. At this time, I had no idea my relationship with Al was going to introduce me to the man I would spend the better part of my adult life with, a man whom I love and cherish, but eventually fear and hate. I don't want to put that cart before the house. That cart before the horse. Hold on, let me turn this ring light on, y'all. Sorry.
With the glasses, hey, we looking at your ass. Oh.
Shut up.
Put the glasses back on. I think you missed. Share the live, please. If y'all watching this, share the live. New page. Trying to get to 1,000 ASAP. We ain't fucking around. I'm hitting the streets too. I gotta get niggas in person subscribing to my shit. Cause y'all niggas don't know how to describe this shit. I gotta show y'all. All right, put the. Come on,
sorry, y'all.
Don't judge Dana. She's the. She do what she without the.
Because I refuse. I'm not getting glasses. I just need some light.
Okay, she needs some light. A second.
Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I didn't turn my screen off. That's crazy. I'm glad I didn't stand up. You got no
clothes on?
I have clothes on. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I will say, although I knew what was going on, I turned a blind eye many times. Here I have to tell the truth, unfortunately, because deep down I knew everything that was happening, but I lied to myself a lot. He was so charming, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a devil, and I fell for it. The story must be told despite the fact that it will hurt my children. I cannot hide it any longer. Sean Combs must be stopped.
I want the truth!
Chapter 2. I was born to loving parents Jake Porter and Sarah L. Porter in the Peach State of Jersey. All through Columbus High School, where I graduated in 1988. I knew I was going to be famous. In the 10th grade, one of my best friends, Tina, said to me, "You won't make it in here. You won't make it here in Georgia." I knew if I really wanted to be famous, I would have to leave my hometown and my home in Georgia. The conversation was so important as I look back now. It changed my life. I met Al while I was working in the industry. He was so dope and charming, and I had such a crush on him. We were married before I knew it, and Quincy was on the way. But I was young, and it just felt like it was going to last. I was a little heated between us after we separated. It was a little heated, but it got past that quickly. He's just a super dope guy, an amazing father. Though we separated, we are forever bound through Quincy. Thank you, Al. I will always love you. Sound like he wrote it. When I met Sean, he was cool. I didn't think much of him at the time. He was just another guy at the label. Uptown was huge, and we were all living our best lives. But Sean continued to lay on the charm, and before I knew it, we were dating. As a young single mom at one of the hottest companies in the world, life couldn't get any better than it did. My boyfriend was getting even bigger. He and Clive would hang out, Clive Davis. He and Clive would hang out a lot, but I didn't think anything of it. I mean, that was his boss, and he was doing things bigger than most men dared to even have dreamed. Then it happened. I mean, okay, I was a little bit of a freak. I really enjoyed myself with my partner, and toys are one thing, but I never imagined having a man I was dating ask me to put a toy on him, to use a toy on him. The first time he said, he just wanted to experiment, try something new. I was grossed out, but he kept begging. He said it will only be this one time, and he was just curious. I was only 20 at the time. I said, "What the hell?" I hated it. He bled from it, and there was shit on it. I left him alone after that.
What? What? Read that again. What? What was the who? The who? What?
First time he said he just wanted to experiment, try something new. I was grossed out, but he kept begging. He said it will only be this one time, and he was just curious. I was only 20 at the time. I said, "What the hell?" I hated it. He bled from it, and there was shit on it. I left him alone after that.
Damn. Did he do the dildo? I'm trying to put the summary in the
Chapter 3, or I didn't tell y'all the introduction was the introduction. Chapter 2 was humble beginnings.
So chapter 1 was the dildo?
Yeah. Chapter 3, humble beginnings with the dildo. Chapter 3 is second chances. Sean kept reaching out, and I kept ignoring his calls. Eventually, in a few weeks, we ran into each other at an event. He came over and sat next to me. We were cordial. He flattered me by saying, "You look so amazing." I replied with a simple "Thank you, Sean." I tried to get up to leave, but he pulled my arm. As I turned to him, he looked deep into my eyes and said, "Look what happened between us is weird, but I really care about you. Can we?" He paused, and I tried to use this as my attempt to escape. I pulled my hand back and said, "Sorry, Sean, I have to go." "Please, I think I'm falling in love with you. Can we talk?" My breath was taken away. Did he say he loved me? It was so fast. I wasn't aware of this as his manipulation tactic. Not yet. God, I was so young, so naive. He continued, "Let's just have dinner," and I fell for it. 2 days later, we went out for drinks at a lounge in Lower Manhattan. The place was nice. Sean was really coming up and pulling out all of the stops to impress me. He pulled the chair out for me to sit. Back then, he was always a gentleman. He smiled and said, "Look," as he sat across from me. I hated it, and I never wanted to do it again. He gave me, I hated it, and I never want to do it again. Give me another chance over coffee. And the next morning, I decided to give him another chance. For the next year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. It was fun. Things were going great, and we were living a dream that I dreamt about throughout my youth. Sean and Clive were working on Bad Boy, and he had his first couple of artists. He picked up Craig Mack, then some rapper from the West Coast called Notorious B1. He helped Chris develop. He was collaborating with the biggest names in hip hop to make it happen. Things could not be more amazing. Then he asked me to do it again. It was insane. Sean said, "Baby, I can't stop thinking about it." "What the hell are you talking about?" I responded. Sean continued, "I just can't stop thinking about that night. It was amazing. Can you screw me one more time, please?"
I want the truth.
Why don't you go? She said, "Why don't you go to Clive? He's the one screwing you, isn't he?" Then Sean hit me. This was the first time, but he slapped me hard. Before I could form words, he began to beg. I'm sorry," holding my cheek where he hit me. I turned and ran off. That should have been it, but I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. He sent flowers and a bunch of expensive gifts. Then we bumped into each other at another industry event. He sat down next to me. This was deja vu. Sean started, "Imagine running into you here." "Get the fuck away from me," I forced out. He became more serious and he said, "Look, baby, I'm sorry," but I just glared at him. There's nothing that you can say to me, nothing. After an awkward silence, he finished. "You know I love you. I love your son. He's my son." I don't know how to fix this, but I'll do anything. I'm sorry. Shit can be so sweet. Here we go with the love thing. This time, it's not falling in. He was great with Quincy. And to be honest, despite everything, I missed him. As he stood to walk away, I remember hearing myself saying, call me later. What the fuck was wrong with me? Chapter 4, Forgiveness. Sean arrived with flowers in hand. He wanted to see Quincy. He was so good with him, and Quincy ran over to give him a big hug. I felt my heart melting. He asked Quincy, how you doing, Tiger? Quincy looked so innocent as he responded, I'm good. I miss you. Sean's response sounded genuine. I miss you too. We'll hang out tomorrow, okay? Okay. Sean gave him a little love tap on the butt. It's not.
I want the truth.
Sean gave him a little love tap on the butt. It's bedtime.
Hold on, this is gonna be the sound effect. Hold on. We listen all of that.
Not guilty.
Sean gave him a little love tap on the butt. It was bedtime. Quincy replied, okay, good night. As he turned to head towards his bedroom. Here was the man I fell in love with. But what was I thinking? Shit, not only does he want butt plugs, he slapped the shit out of me. So why am I still talking to him? They say love is blind, but is it stupid too? As Quincy left, Sean looked at me and smiled. Baby, let's go have some fun. The babysitter's on the way. I just want to show you a good time. I was so mad at myself for melting as I said, okay. We sat on the couch laughing and genuinely having a good time when the doorbell rang. The babysitter had arrived, and so we left. As we exited the house, a big man climbed out of the limo and opened the door for us. He wore a sharp suit with a gun noticeably tucked under his arm. I thought to myself, he could have made it invisible, or did he want me to see it? Despite my reservations, Jean was a sweetheart. Jean Dale, she's speaking about, was a sweetheart. He was very courteous and polite as he tipped his head and said, good evening, ma'am. Jean drew a smile out of me as I responded, hello. Jean and I would see each other a lot after this day. Chapter 5, Sean kneels. This year passed, and thankfully, we didn't have many bad arguments. Although Sean was strangely getting into voodoo, he would put curses on people, and I wasn't sure how to respond to that craziness. My problem as a single mother was I wanted to be married. He always had excuses and delays when it came to committing to marriage. His label was blowing up, Biggie dropped, and it was just about over. He also signed Mary J. Blige, and of course, when I found out he slept with her,
Not guilty.
we fought. He claimed it was a mistake, and my stupid ass took him back again. Sean asked me for a threesome with her.
Not guilty.
At first, I was mad, but Mary was beautiful. It was our first threesome, and I loved it. Mary was sexy. I would not be doing this a lot, but it was so hot. I was young and exploring my sexuality. Over the years, we brought other women into our bedroom periodically, and we were happy. This is until one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. Quincy was with the babysitter, and Sean was sitting with Albie Shaw at the dinner table. I had a child with Al, and Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of all of us being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still very weird that they were here in my home together, alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun. The conversation was cool until it wasn't. Al was a little loose after a couple drinks. I remember him saying, it's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys. Sean responded, thanks, man. Me and you, we shared so much. Al replied coolly, word. The conversation took an odd and awkward turn when Sean said, we all been together sexually, but not together. I was shocked for a moment and lingered into the shocked for the moment and quietly lingered into the room. I asked, "What do you mean by all together?" Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. "You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bed?" I couldn't believe it. "Oh, hell no, Sean. This is my son's father. Al, say something." What Al said was mind-boggling. "I don't know. It could be kind of hot. I miss you in that way." Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al, and this could be very hot. I just don't want it messing up my relationship. And if things become awkward, how would it affect Quincy? So I asked, "Are you both sure?" I imagined both of them inside of me. I knew this would be awkward sexually. There will be some bumping of genitals, but what happened next, I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. Al, then she has 4 words. The first word is 4 letters. The second word is 5 letters. The third word is 5 letters, and the fourth word is 6 letters. It's just X's. So Al something something something. Maybe Al pulled his dick out. No, that's not it. Al something 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 something. I couldn't believe it. I stood there in shock. But when Sean, 4 words, the first word is 5 X's, second word is 5 X's, third word is 5 X's, fourth word is 5 X's. But when Sean blank, 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 I ran out of the room. This was too much. I couldn't. Sean called out to me, "Oh, come on, Kimmy. They didn't chase after me. They blank, blank, blanked." So the first word is 5 letters, second word is 5 letters, third word is 6 letters.
Fucking playing Wheel of Fortune?
Well, they said in the beginning that they X'd out, certain shit.
Can I get a vowel? What the fuck is going on here?
Not guilty.
I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I couldn't be with Sean for a while, but that wouldn't be the last time I saw Sean in a compromised position. Not by a long shot. One day I found the vault where he kept all of his encounters with men. Yes, he kept a record of it, but that's for later. Chapter 6, Pac. Biggie took over East Coast hip hop, and Sean was the brilliant mind that orchestrated it. He hired people to teach Chris how to flow and write his lyrics. He hired the best producers to do the beats, although he took credit for them. See, he's a high-paid A-fucking-R. Although he took credit for them. And the music was unstoppable. At this point, Sean was sleeping with all the power players, and everyone that wanted to do music wanted to be a bad boy. Sean wheeled and dealed in a way that would have been unthinkable to many. He slept with the guys that really controlled the music to stay on top. A lot of the names average people have never heard of. These are the guys that make the decisions on who is winning and who is not. He hosted parties that were just fancy names for orgies, and everyone wanted in. When I met Tupac, Sean and I had an open relationship, and yes, I slept with Pac. Shit, he was sexy. Sean didn't mind, well, not until he tried to get Pac to join both of us. Pac was not good with that. This is where the relationship between them became strange. Pac wasn't going to accept Sean's advances. Pac wasn't gay, and he was pissed about the advances. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking, they were smoking, and everyone was just relaxing. Sean came in on what I'm sure he would call a smooth approach. "My baby is bad, isn't she?" Pac threw me a sly smile. Hell yeah. I felt myself blush. Sean was now in full swing. "You think you hit it better than me?"
God, Jesus.
I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. I was not playing with my response. "Sean, what the fuck?" Pac came to my defense. "Damn, bro, you ain't got to do a sister that way." Pac appeared upset behind Sean's words, but Sean went in for the kill regardless. "I think my dick is bigger than yours."
Damn.
"I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up?"
Damn.
Pac was appalled. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no fucking train. Sean continued. What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better.
Not guilty.
Let her be the judge. Yes, at this point, we have been inviting other people into our beds for a while. But I am not used to and will not stand for disrespect. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, nigga, you talking about pulling your fucking dick out? Sean said,
Not guilty.
Tupac simply left. The two could not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. When they did bump into each other, the tension was pullable. It felt like blows could have been thrown at any moment. Months passed with only the tension between them. It was uncomfortable, but nothing life or death. Then one day while we were at the studio, it happened. I walked into Sean's office and he was having the conversation. Sean sat across from Jimmy Henchman. Pac didn't leave the fucking studio alive. I don't think I was supposed to hear it. So she's listening to Puffy and Jimmy Henchman talk about Pac's death. Or the attempted death. I continued as if I didn't. Hey, Sean. Good morning, Jimmy. They didn't seem to think I heard anything. I'm ordering breakfast. Smiling, Sean replied first. Let me get eggs, sunny side up with grits and the orange juice. I could see he was hungover. Good. I don't want him knowing I know anything. If he just put a hit out on Pac, knowing something could be dangerous. Jimmy, apparently not hungry, said, nothing for me. As he stood to exit the room, he said, Sean, let's make that happen.
Just what the fuck it is. The whole
Sorry,
is trying to drain you of your energy. I don't give a
What the fuck? Who that? We apologize. Dina is being distracted. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I had to turn my phone off. Nothing for me. As he stood to exit the room, he said to Sean, let's make that happen. Then nodded to me and said, Kim, always a pleasure. With a wink to me and a nod to Sean. He turned and walked out. Jimmy was part of our intimate circle. I went on as if nothing was happening. I'll make the call now. I smiled and I left, hoping I wasn't. I smiled as I left, hoping I wasn't white as a sheet. I wasn't in the studio the night Pac survived being shot, thank God. From what I understand, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he'd been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped at the floor. Stopped at the floor that Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac laying there, swimming in a pool of his own blood, would be the evidence Pac ever needed. All the evidence Pac ever needed. He of course assumed they placed the hit out. And Tupac is a soldier. This is not something that will be unanswered. Tupac didn't do well. He lost a testicle, but he survived. I was orchestrated, and Sean Puff Daddy Combs was the orchestrator. Excuse me. Chapter 7, Threats. At this point, I knew I had to get away from him, but I was scared. Is he going to take my life if I try to escape? One February evening, I thought I found my opportunity at dinner after an event. We were at a ritzy restaurant in a private booth. It was an expensive setup. We were alone, but we were in public. Perfect. Sean was on the phone talking to an unknown listener as he sat down. His words on that call will be etched into my mind forever. We're gonna release Who Shot You Now. He waited for the response, then went on to say, of course they're gonna think Big was talking about Pac. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody would give a fuck about a diss track against LL fucking Cool J, LL fucking Cool J. Do you know how much money we'll make off this kind of rap beef? Niggas battling after someone really got shot. This may not be the best time for this conversation. Sean was finishing up. We drop that shit tomorrow. He listened into the phone, then responded, there's going to be blood in the streets. Nigga missed, Pac's alive. Let's capitalize off that shit. When he responds, it's just going to mean more money. He turned around and looked at me, spoke back on the phone, I'll call you back. Then hung up and spoke to me. What's wrong? I tried my best to give a fake smile at what I heard. After all, me and Pac were intimate, I responded. Nothing. Sean was fooled. Are you sure? His demeanor was threatening, but I responded as cool as I could. Mustard. And stared. Yes, of course. He took my hand, saying, that's wonderful. He began to squeeze my hand until it hurt as he continued, because seeing you walk in the office while I was talking about killing that motherfucker and you not saying shit to me had me just a little concerned. His grip was starting to hurt badly. You're hurting me, as he continued to squeeze tighter. You're pretending you didn't hear anything. You're pretending you didn't hear anything was a sign of your loyalty to me, not something I should be concerned with, right? I had no choice but to give him the answer he wanted. I knew I was trapped when I responded, of course, I'm loyal to you. He let me go as he responded, good. And remember, I'm the big dick.
Damn.
I snatched my hand back in pain. He smiled and said, let's start off with good wine. He snapped his fingers and his favorite wine was poured for him. They knew what Sean wanted and what he wanted he got. I'm trapped. Now isn't the time for me to launch my escape plan. I have to be strategic. It's going to be hard to leave the glamour and glitz, the lifestyle. I mean, this man snapped his fingers in one of the most expensive restaurants in New York City, and they poured his drink of choice. The bottle of wine is $800, and this is 1994. The list to get in this place is 6 months long. If you are somebody, Mayor Giuliani has had a table here tonight also. If I got up and walked out, I would be safe. Right. But what about tomorrow? I had to think. He sipped his wine and smiled. You're not drinking? He pointed at my glass, and of course a waiter filled it. They knew what I liked as well. Sean has a bad temper. He yells sometimes, and okay, he's rough. He's roughed me up once or twice, but he never punched me. He never bruised me, and he never hit Quincy. I would not have stood for that. He never laid a hand on my son. At that time, I never thought of him touching Quincy in any way. Then the significance of what he said hit me. Is he mad at Tupac over me? I'm the big dick. Oh my God. The last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much.
Not guilty.
What?
He enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous. It's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom, but gets jealous when he does. Damn, you're quiet tonight, he said, snapping me back into present. I asked the question that was burning in my mind since I walked in that office. What does Chris think of this? He looked at me coolly and said, his fat ass better just keep doing music.
Chris
A
who?
third,
Who's
huh?
Chris who? Chris.
Biggie.
Oh, big. Oh, okay.
A third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over to Sean A third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over Sean Carter and asked, would you like something? Carter's response, no thank you, then said hello to me with a smile. Smiling, I replied, hey Carter, and took a sip of my drink. The Seans may share a bed together from time to time.
Come on now. Jay-Z?
Yeah.
This book is getting wilder and wilder. I'm starting to believe this book is true. I think you better get a refund.
But thankfully, I was never asked to join. Carter went on to speak to Sean. I thought we were meeting in private. Sean replied with a nonchalant shrugging. I had to discuss something with her. It's fine. Go ahead. He 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 wielded his kind of power. Carter shifted uncomfortably in his chair before continuing. Is it true Chris and Pac were about to start their own label? Sean slammed his fist against the table, shouting, "Does anyone have any fucking loyalty?" Carter, well, that's not happening now, right? Sean peered at Carter with distrust. Why the fuck are you so eager to share this with me? Chris is your man. Fuck. He brought you on, and you're stabbing him in the back? Carter responded, "First, I'm tired of being the nigga's son. I need to come out from under this damn from under his damn shadow." Sean smiled slightly. Okay, I respect that. Carter kept going. On top of that, this nigga is making that move, and it should have been with me. Talking about him and Pac's album versus him, remember, because him and Jay-Z was supposed to come out with the album as well. Sean looked at Carter blankly. Pac put Chris on. You know this. What's this really all about, Carter? Don't fucking try to play me. The Jay-Z of today wasn't born yet. This young Sean Carter was in over his head. Concerned he had to spill it out. I want his spot. Ambition. Now, this is the man I can work with. Sean made a grandiose gesture towards Carter. Waiter, get this motherfucker whatever he wants. Carter smiled. Thank you. Sean responded. Honesty and ambition. We're going to make a lot of bread together. Carter ordered a drink, and he stated again, guess he won't be leaving with this nigga to do their own label now. Sean responded with a normal air of arrogance. Why don't you let me worry about that? Why don't you let me worry about that? I took this as my cue to escape. I told Sean I'm going to go ahead and go back to Quincy. Sean was wrapped up in his conversation with Carter and barely noticed my exit. Have the limo drop you off. We didn't eat. He didn't care. I smiled and kissed him on the cheek and left. Chapter 8.
It's only 14 chapters?
19.
Okay.
How do you Kidada? That's the name of chapter. That's the title of chapter 8. Actress, model, and fashion designer Kidada Jones was Tupac Shakur's fiancée and the daughter of record producer Quincy Jones and actress Peggy Lipton. Being around other celebrities was just a part of life. Meeting Kidada was just, I hope I'm saying her name right, was just one of those events. And as time went on, we became close. We hung out together, we shopped, and so on. It was about the same time I met Kimora. These were the days, or so I thought. We always had girl talk. And the fact she was dating someone I had previously been with wasn't a source of contention. We didn't get jealous of each other. It was just girl stuff. No, I did not become intimate with Kidada. Kimora was too jealous for that. Yes, Kidada knew about Kimora, Sean, and I all being together sexually. Of course she did. We shared that kind of thing. We were open and honest with each other about almost everything. A true friendship, except I couldn't be open and honest about everything. Not anymore. Sean made sure of that. Kidada and Pac were the greatest couple. He was also so cool. He was always so cool and yes, sexy. She was so beautiful and fun. Before the tension and beef, we used to all hang out together. It was always dope vibes. But with Pac's shooting and the suspicion surrounding Sean and Jimmy, the vibes between Kidada and I weren't always perfect. Then came that night. Award shows weren't anything new for us. At this point, we dolled up as the men groomed. We didn't choose what we wore. A stylist prepared our color palettes, and makeup artists did our makeup, and hairstylists did our hair. This was just the way of things. We shared the best stylist in the business. Sometimes we would go to the studio for an event to go to get our measurements taken, but the time Kidada seemed different. I felt like something was wrong, but when I probed her, she wouldn't say anything. Then the day of the event was here. We will all see each other inside. Even though Sean was my man, as far as props, I had nothing on Kidada, being Quincy Jones' daughter. Quincy Jones' daughter had perks, and superstardom was among them. Pac wasn't there. When she saw us, she came over to our table. We sat around kicking it in a very dope vibe. Sean knew he was going to clean up this award show. He had all but taken over the East Coast musically. With all his hits, there was really no way he couldn't win. Bad Boy is Hall of Fame stuff now, and Sean P. Diddy Combs knew it. Sean smiled at Kidada as she sat at our table, but something about that smile didn't seem authentic. Soon I would know why. He's sick when he has a grudge against someone. As she sat, Sean said, "Bad Boy is going to clean the fuck up," from his table with Faith. Chris replied, "Hell yeah." And that new shit we busting out, gotta have these niggas sick. Kidada signaled for the waiter to pour her a glass of ginger ale that sat over at her table. As the waiter refreshed her drink, she said, "Pac's music gonna get some love too." Sean Gramps. Oh, come on, Sean. I know y'all got y'all differences, but you have to admit the man makes great music. Sean looked at me out of the corner of his eye, then took another sip of his favorite cognac and replied, "Bad Boy got the hottest music in the fucking planet. But I ain't tripping. Everybody gotta shine, right?" Kidada sighed. "Sean, Tupac thinks you're involved in him getting shot. You two were so close. You need to make this right." Sean responded, "Why the fuck would that nigga think I had anything to do with it?" Kidada responded, "Sean, can you blame him?" Sean was obviously not happy with the questions on it by his reply. "Hell yeah, I blame him. We had a good thing going, all of us. That nigga turned on me, and he has the fucking balls to blame me for his shooting." He managed to spew out while the oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. The indignity he managed to spew out while lying through his teeth was something I didn't expect. I was thrown back for a moment before interjecting. Do we have to do this tonight? It's Sean's big night." Kamora heard the ruckus and made her way over to our table as well. She sat down and said, "Hey, everybody," with a big dimpled smile. I smiled and replied, "Hey." Kidada also seemed happy to see her as she said, "Hey, what's up, Kimmy?" Kamora, never the type to hold her tongue, went straight at it. "The whole place is buzzing with the fact that you're sitting here accusing Sean of having Pac shot. Y'all kinda loud." She laughed. Kidada seemed embarrassed as she looked around to see everybody staring and whispering. But she wasn't about to back off. In fact, she doubled down. "Anybody here not talking about it ain't real anyway." We all knew Sean was behind it. Kamora forced a smile. "Honey, we don't have to do this here." Kidada made clear she was not going to be silenced as she continued. "Oh, let's not hurt the feelings of Sean Puffy Combs. He only had one of the most prolific rappers in the game shot." Sean clenched his hands into a fist. If this was anyone else, this would have turned ugly. But this was Quincy Jones' daughter. Sean was a monster in the streets, well feared by men that knew he did not want any of the smoke. Quincy Jones could brag. Kidada could continue with impunity. Sean could not touch her. Christopher and Mary both waiting to defend the super producer that made them famous. Both started to stand and make their way over to the table, but Sean signaled them off with the firm motion of his hand. They remained in their seats, watching helplessly. Kidada seemed to be on the full rampage. "You're not safe in these streets, Sean. You think you're untouchable?" Kamora seemed almost red in the face when she grabbed Kidada by the hand, saying, "I gotta go to the restroom." Kidada, not willing to stop, snatched her hand away, yelling, "Let go of me." Kamora needed to get a grip and said, Kimura needed her to get a grip and said sternly, as a parent speaking to a child mid-tantrum, "Da." Kidada turned to her and yelled, "What?" Kimura nodded towards the crowded room, and Kidada looked around. Here she deflated slightly. Kimura, now in control, spoke firm but softly. "Let's go powder our nose." Kidada nodded with a glimpse. Kidada nodded with a glimpse and gave a sharp look back at Sean as she walked away. As attention slowly melted away, I asked Sean, "You okay?" Sean didn't reply at first. He looked around, saw that no one was really paying attention now that the ruckus had died down, and stood to get a pitcher of ginger ale for Kidada's table. He poured himself a drink from it, looked around again, saw no one was paying attention, and put the pitcher under the table. What was he doing? Then I heard the distinct sound of liquid being poured into the liquid. Oh my God. Is he peeing in the pitcher?
The fuck?
He smiled at me and he brought the pitcher back from up under the table and finally replied to me, "I'm good." He then stood and returned the pitcher to the table. I was in awe. I knew he had a bad temper, but this was disgusting. I'll never eat or drink something after we get into an argument again. Kidada and Kimura made their way back to Kidada's table to sit as Sean watched on quietly. Sean made small talk. "Which songs do you think they'll give me awards for?" as Kidada poured her drink. Sean's bodyguard made his way over to the table. I think he stopped her from drinking it, as everyone else just sat and watched. Jean risked incurring Sean's wrath. "If I'm right," revealed, I replied, "Babe, your catalog is crazy. It could be a lot of songs." Sean glared at Kidada's table the entire night. Chapter 9, going back to Cali. We had a wild night. It was after one of Sean's infamous parties. Everyone was there, and we not only had threesomes, but we also swapped partners. Our sex life was crazy, but I got to do some things with Sean I would never have been able to do with a straight man. Sean cared about me, but it was becoming more and more obvious that he preferred men. I was beginning to think I was there more to cover up his wild desires than because he really wanted to be with me. He was like Caesar, every woman's man and every man's woman. But truthfully, at that stage, I was becoming okay with it. I woke up and left the bedroom where I was with Jada Pinkett. And Sean happened to be coming out of the bedroom with somebody named, I don't know, 5 letters. And Will Smith. Yes, some ex-out name, attended the parties from time to time. I could see him and Will kind of snuggled up on the bed together. Excuse me. I was grateful I wasn't asked to join in that room. I really didn't like whoever that person is. Sean smiled when he saw me. "Good morning. Here at the orgies, we wasn't very affectionate." He didn't have to pretend, but he couldn't walk straight. I knew how his ass felt, literally. We've had sessions playing with each other's anal cavities.
Shit.
I wanted to be home before Quincy woke up, so I told him I'm getting ready to go. He responded, "Let's have a cup of coffee first." This meant he wanted to talk. I didn't know what it was about, but in a situation like this, I really didn't have a choice. He was becoming more violent when he didn't get what he wanted. And I didn't really want to fight, so I sat down. But before we started talking, somebody came out of the room. Sean was wearing boxes. Somebody was in their birthday suit. Somebody addressed us, "Morning." Good morning. When he turned around, in order to close the door, there was a dried cum stain on his back. Somebody walked over, pulled a chair out, and sat down next to us and lit up a blunt. Sean stretched, smiled, and said, "This East Coast, West Coast beef is more lucrative than I thought, but it's getting dangerous." Blank responded, surprised. "Business first thing in the morning? Damn, cuz." Cuz is a Crip word, y'all. Damn, cuz, you on it, but you know you don't got nothing to worry about. You gotta pass, daddy. Blank smiled coyly. Sean apparently had something to talk about with X as well because he said I can't protect everybody, especially if someone is no longer going to be on my label. It was apparent X was taken aback by the turn of events by his reply. Sean, are you saying what I think you're saying? Sean continued, it's taxing on my resources to protect people. Someone that isn't 100% on my team can't get 100% of my protection. What the hell is going on here? What does Sean want from me? This morning is turning out to be way more than I expected. I have to go. Quincy is looking for me. Meanwhile, X apparently wanted clarity. So to be clear, if something happened, X made the quotation marks with his fingers, to one of your artists that was leaving your label anyway, it would be considered he makes another set of quotation marks out of your control. Is that what you're saying? Wait a minute. Can they be talking about Biggie? Is Sean saying he won't protect Biggie? At this point, I was too young, too naive, too hungover to understand that this was not lack of protection. It was a hit. Where did this come from this morning? But an older, wiser me understands now what I didn't comprehend all those years ago. Sean was just getting to the real reason that he had X there. The world was about to lose Biggie. X laughed. You a cold motherfucker. Sean said, why the fuck should I protect someone that isn't going to stick around? I made him. That nigga should be worshiping the ground I fucking walk on. I was thinking, Sean's ego is rearing this ugly head, and I wanted to get out of here. But instincts told me I need to tread carefully. So my next move had to be calculated. I don't really want any part of this, not even in implicity. But I knew just dragged right into the. But I was just dragged right into the middle of it. If what was happening over here comes out, will I be held as an accomplice? But even as those thoughts crossed my mind, I couldn't just pretend this was okay. So I said, "Excuse me." But Sean, he hasn't left yet. Those are just rumors. Are you going to let him die because of some rumors? Sean glared at me, the anger in his voice obviously stemming from hurt, as he said, I know when I'm being betrayed. I'm not killing anyone, but I'm not protecting somebody that doesn't have my back 150%. Fuck that. This was reeling out of control. My mind began to race. Is there a way to get through to him? Maybe I could use the finance route. Sean, he's bringing in so much money. You put so much money into cultivating him. Are you going to throw all that money away? That's when he revealed how thought out this meeting really was. If he leaves, he takes all the money I invested into creating him. Sean sighs, but if he can't protect himself and something terrible does happen, then the money I would make off his death would blow away and all the money we made so far. I was perplexed. Sean, he continued, he's worth more to me dead than alive. Sean Combs is a calculated monster. X chimes in. I get that, fam. A lot of people out here want Biggie dead too. Without your protection, he doesn't stand a chance in Cali. Biggie is going to die. This is crazy. I dare not say anything else about it. Sean smiles and stands to walk over to a safe behind the picture. There he pulls out a bag marked with X's name on it. He turns to X and says, that's why you're worth the weight in gold. You understand me? Here's a little something for you to take care of my people. X smiles. Sean, I love you, baby. You know I got your back. Your problems are my problems. I'll make sure to have my people take care of your people. I need to get out of there. I need to get out of here. This is crazy. I attempted to leave again. Sean, I want to go get Quincy before he wakes up. Sean looked at me responding, it's getting late. Give him a kiss for me. I'm going to get out of here. Thank God. X, always with something to say. I'd love to meet the little tyke someday. Not a chance in hell. Something about that guy creeps me out. I forced a smile that would be great. I made my exit. You want to start at chapter 10 on Friday?
Yeah, we can. I was trying to find something. Where we at so far? What's going on?
Chapter 10. So far she's saying that he put the hit out on Biggie. It was sex between, I don't know who this ex person is, but it honestly it kind of sounds like from the lingo afterward, the cuz sounds kind of like Snoop. And then it was, it is stories out there that Snoop knew and that's why he wasn't there and all that other good shit. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, who else I'll be sure, Kimora, Tupac. It's just a lot of sex.
She seems like a little promiscuous in this book. I mean,
she said that she was exploring. Or you was drinking? No. Oh yeah. She did say that that him and Jay shared the bed, but she didn't share it with them, and she didn't go in there with him, and she didn't have sex with him and Will. So it might have been. It seems like it was just Will, Jada, and Puffy, and then just Jay-Z and Puffy, and the ex person and Puffy. So she did Puffy with Kimora, and whoever else. It just mentions Kimora, but she said they did it with many other people.
Damn.
I want the truth. Not guilty.
Not guilty. Book. Cop the book if you don't have to cop the book. Next show we'll read the rest of the book. All right, we'll save you the money. The shit is pretty good. I'm entertained.
I mean, yeah, it is entertaining.
Shit is dirty. Shit is dirty, and I feel like I'm taking a shower.
Very, very, very freaky.
Sex going on. I'm like Prince right now. Prince write a book. And Diddy's a freak.
Yeah, so we will pick up at chapter 10. Thank y'all for coming over to 365.
365 is the movement.
Appreciate you guys. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Please share though, y'all. Please.
This is part 1. Part 2, we're gonna finish the book off
on Friday.
You gotta subscribe. You gotta like. You gotta.
I hope the book is full because damn, that's a lot. Yeah.
Granny, just comment on the whole page, Granny. Freak. Just comment 1,000 times. Freak. Like you know, you do the punishment. You go I will not talk. Go freak all the way down the page.
Very freaky. But listen, she admits it. So And I mean, it might be some things in here. I mean, I know the end, y'all probably not going to believe from the ending part, y'all probably going to be like, nah. But I don't know. I believe it. I believe it.
I don't know what to believe.
I believe it. All right, but how does that sound so far, though? Like, does it sound like
a good read? But I don't, for the picture, the visuals, like the first chapter, Diddy dildo in the butt doodle and Jesus
and blood
and then him begging for it again. I'm starting to think Diddy was touched as a little kid. Like I'm trying to think that Papa touched him before he dipped out of there, gave him a little bit of that.
I don't think so. I think that he's just the motherfucking freak.
Diddy, I gotta download Super Freak for the next show. I gotta download Super Freak. Super Freak, it's super freaky now. What else I got? Super Freak. What Rick James had? That's Rick James, right? She's a very freak, super freak, freaky.
That's not how the song goes.
I didn't go right there. Freak, super freak.
She's a very freaky girl. It definitely made me look at her in a different light. Yeah.
She's definitely a freaky girl.
Yeah, she's freaky.
Damn.
They all freaky. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh. Yeah, they all freaky. The whole industry is freaky.
But we'll finish up the story on part 2 on Friday. And if you enjoyed it, share it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Please subscribe 365 days a year. We're going to be here. We need y'all to help us get to 1 million subscribers. So we can
right. And we're just reading.
We're just reading.
We're reading a book that people or that was sold on on Amazon.
Don't sue us. We don't got no money.
Right. Like that has nothing to do with us. We gotta.
Book. This is out of a book. You know
This is by Jamal T. Millwood. Okay.
Sue him. Sue Jamal. If that even is the right person, sue Jamal T. But Jamal T is the word that he's the one with the T. Please.
Yes.
All right.
And subscribe, you guys. Please, please like and subscribe, and most importantly, please share so other people could like and subscribe.
It's very important you gotta do that, man. Pound it, like, pound, comment, subscribe, and share. I don't give a fuck. Gee, fingers hurt. You already know what it is. Truth Be Told podcast. We'll be back on Friday. Easy.
I make her hit the strip. I'm cutting this for sure. She working it, she slurping it. I love her, I want some more. I make her hit the strip, she strip for the strips. The bitch is in love with the dog. Valentino on the wrist, Gucci the kiss. I put Chanel on my